All right, Shalom. Call Halal Yehubba, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakha HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles, the elders and bishops of Great Millstone who taught me his truth, and peace, blessings, and salutations unto the hopefully elect, as well as those that believe in the gospel, man. All right, Shalom, Shalom. All right, so, I'm just going to a few different topics. I've been wanting to do a video on this. I kind of did half a video on it, but I never got back to finish it, maybe a day or two ago. All right, so I'm going to go into 2 articles, man, get a couple precepts, and, Lord will be edifying to the flock. All right. So this says Spain's banned offices, bars, and shops from setting AC below 80 degrees. As Europeans this summer struggle with extreme heat and rising energy costs, Spain issued a decree this week requiring air conditioning in public spaces to be set at or above 27 degrees Celsius, which is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. The measure will apply to offices, shops, bars, and restaurants, as well as public transport systems and transport centers. The guidelines also include keeping heating at or below 66 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter. This decree was part of a bill passed by the Spanish government Monday in a bid to reduce the country's gas consumption in line with the recent EU energy agreements to limit dependency on Russian gas. All right, now I did a video on this before, all right, on Russia pretty much weaponizing the energy, that Nord Stream 1 pipeline, and reducing the gas flow and the potential domino effects that it could have on those countries within the EU. All right. And in that same video, I was going into how they were planning on rationing the gas. All right. They was trying to fill up their reserves, because they pretty much figured that that Russia was going to do that. All right, they figured that Russia was going to cut them out before they can cut Russia out, all right, because they had made that decree with America, because NATO and the EU, it's an alliance, so they all consented, that they would no longer use the Russian gas. Well, everything in those the European Union, man, is that's why it calls it in Revelation a bottomless pit, all right, because it lacks the resources. All right, it doesn't have any natural resources. Everything there is imported. All right, so when you can't get those imports in, then you have to issue decrees like this, man. All right, you can't let the air below 80 degrees. All right, if it get cold, you can't set it higher than 66, man. All right, and which that's not comfortable. Okay, that's not comfortable for people. All right. You walk in a store at 80 degrees, man, that's hot as hell, man. All right. If it's cold outside, 66 to me, that's fine. But, if you want to warm up or something and you go inside a place, 66 not going to warm you up, man. All right. Especially when you're dealing with the cold, man. So this is domino effects, man. All right. These nations are shooting themselves in the foot, by following after what America want them to do, all right, because they're in the alliance. It says shops will also be obliged to keep doors closed and heating systems must be checked more often to increase efficiency under the new measures. The measures include switching off store window lights after 10 p.m. Street lighting will not be affected. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez announced that you just need to walk into a shopping mall and realize that maybe the temperature is set too low. Think about that one, huh? Had a little bit more here. Spain is not the only European country trying to combat energy usage and costs. According to The Guardian, France has told businesses which use their conditioning to keep the doors closed or risk being fined. Germany has banned the use of mobile air conditioning and fan heaters. All right. It says during a heat wave last month, Spain recorded temperatures as high as 109 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, that's hot as hell, man. It says which records temperature-related fatalities daily. 360 deaths were attributed to high temperatures from July 10th to the 15th. That was compared with 27 temperature-related deaths the previous 6 days. All right, so in a span of 5 days, when they had that record heat, 360 people died. All right, which is that's a big amount, man, due to the heat, man. All right. It says Spain is one of several European nations which have contended with large wildfires this summer, including France, Italy, Portugal, Greece, Germany, and the Czech Republic. The fires have forced thousands of people to evacuate. Spain's decree will remain in place until at least November 2023, man. All right. So it's only going to get worse for those people over there in Europe, man. All right. Things won't get any better. All right. At least until November 2023. All right. And Lord will, we out of here, man. Lord will, we out of here by 2023. November 2023, man. All right. You know, so let me give you a precept real quick. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 34. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. All right. And we know that the Most High is a man of war, man. All right. You know, that misconception, you know, often misconstrued by Christians, you know, saying that the Lord is coming back, you know, with roses and flowers, man. That's hypocrisy. All right. They are putting these decrees in place in order to pretty much mess over the people, man. All right. And it's not often, well, it is their fault. All right. Because they can say, look, well, we depend on Russian gas too much and we can't side with y'all. But due to the alliance, they can't go. All right. Because if they discontinue from that alliance, all right, then they're going to have to face their repercussions from America. All right. In which those consequences might be worse than the consequences from Russia, because they rely heavily on the U.S. dollar, all right, which is pretty much trash now, all right. So it's a whole lot of things that comes into play, you know, and why they have to set these different decrees up and things like this, man. All right, but like I said, it's only going to get worse from here, all right. And you already have different nations, different kingdoms rising up against their political leaders, all right, like in Sri Lanka, Panama, all right. And decrees like this is going to cause furthermore uproars of the people, man. All right. So with that happening, all right, and get to the next article. This is this says The Hill. It says UN warns 2 largest U.S. water reservoirs at dangerously low levels. All right. It says the situation has become so severe that these reservoirs, Lake Mead and Lake Powell, are on the verge of reaching dead pool status, the point at which water levels drop so low that downstream flow ceases, according to the UNEP. Without flow, hydroelectric power stations will cease to operate, jeopardizing the electricity supply for millions in the region. The conditions in the American West, which were seen around the Colorado River Basin, have been so dry for more than 20 years that we are no longer speaking of a drought. All right. We refer to it as aridification, a very new dry normal. Moreover, it says the Colorado system supplies water to more than about 40 million people and irrigates about 5.7 million acres of agriculture. The system serves 7 states, Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, Arizona, Nevada, and California, as well as Mexico. Scientists have already estimated that both lakes, which are fed by the river, will plunge to 25% of their capacity by the end of this year. Meanwhile, only about 10% of the Colorado's river's natural flow, which has been heavily diverted throughout history along its 1,400-mile course, now reaches Mexico. As the Western water crisis continues to deepen, water cuts will be introduced throughout the region. But experts warn that these actions may not be enough. While regulating and managing water supply and demand are essential in both the short and long term,